Hi everyone, Anya here, bringing you a short mindful flow to get you moving. For this practice, you may or may not need a couple of blocks. You could also use a chair instead if you don't have blocks. So we'll get started in child's pose. And if you have sensitive knees, maybe a good idea to have an extra blanket under the knees. So bring your big toes to touch, bring the knees out wide, and then extend your arms out in front if your shoulders are okay. If they're not, you could stack your palms under the forehead or even stack fists. And this is also a good idea if your head doesn't easily reach the floor. You want to feel supported here. And we'll start with a few conscious breaths. So begin to gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And think of breathing more into the back of the body here, letting your ribs expand, back of the ribs expand out and up. Take a few breaths to let go of whatever you were doing before you arrived here on your mat. And start to bring your awareness inside to this moment that you're in right now, to your practice. Perhaps letting the hips release back a little bit more. Then the shoulders release, the chest release. Take 2 more long, slow breaths here, breathing into the back of the ribs. And then slowly make your way up to hands and knees. Position your wrists underneath your shoulders and position your knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingers out. Let's do a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, draw your chest forward, lift your sit bones up, lift the head up slightly and bring the shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, round up through the back, draw your chin into chest and tuck the pelvis under. And again, inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the sit bones, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round up through the back, draw your belly in. So take a few more rounds like this. Maybe closing the eyes just to bring your awareness more inside. Maybe noticing which parts of the spine are not moving so much, and maybe focusing on those parts a little bit more. Take 1 more round. Next time you round up through the back, just hold there for a moment. Really let your head go here and give it a bit of a shake side to side. Just let the neck release. And then come back to neutral spine. We're going to start to take hip circles, so bring your right hip just slightly to the right and then back towards your heel and then over to the left. And then bring your weight forward. Press your fingertips down as you circle the weight forward. And then again back. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you come back. And you can make this movement as organic as you like. So you could move the head, move the spine as well if that feels good. And then take the circle the other way. Make sure you press the fingertips down as you bring the weight forward. So bringing the weight out of your wrists. And come back to center. So bring your right hand onto the side of your head, elbow bent. As you inhale, open the elbow and rotate your upper body. And exhale, close. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, close. If this is too much for you, you could come down onto your forearm and do the same thing. Opening and closing the elbow, rotating the upper body. Take one more like that and release. So bring your left hand onto the side of the head. Either stay here on hands and knees or lower down onto your elbow. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Good. I'm going to work with opposite arm and leg extensions to work our core here a little bit, work multifidus, the back muscles. So if you want to make this a little bit easier, bring your knees together because that will help with balance. Otherwise, keep the knees hip width apart. So press the fingertips down, press the floor away from you. Keep your head in line with the rest of the spine and think of just gently drawing your lower belly in just to start to engage those deep core muscles. And then imagine you're balancing a bowl of water on the back of your pelvis. So as you bring the right leg back, trying not to rock side to side too much through the pelvis, tuck the back toes under and use that foot to stabilize you here. Connect with your deep core. And then maybe you could lift the left palm up. You can either just float it up off the mat, or if your shoulder's okay, you can extend the arm alongside the ear. Release the arm first and then slide the leg back in. Connect to your core as you slide the left leg back, tuck the toes under. Use that support from your foot and then float the right palm up or alongside your ear. Release the arm, slide the leg back in. And keep going like that. Slide the right leg back again, float the left palm up alongside the ear. Release the arm, release the leg. Again, left leg slides back, then floating or extending the arm. If you're quite comfortable here, you could try floating the back toes up off the mat. More challenging. Release the arm first, bring the leg back in. Let's do the right leg again. Arm up and maybe floating the back toes up. Release the arm, bring the leg back in. Do one more on the left side. Left leg back, right arm extending, maybe floating the toes up. Release the arm, release the leg. Come and sit back in child's pose. Bring the arms out in front. Have your knees together this time. Walk your hands over to the right side. Bring your head, your upper body with you. And ground down through the left hip, crawl your left fingertips forward. Breathe into the left side of the body here. Bring your hands back to center. Over to the left side. Ground down through the right hip, crawl the right fingertips forward a little bit more. Breathe into the right side of the body. And come back to center, and then make your way back up to hands and knees. So the next part, you can either stay on hands and knees, and we'll be working with extending one leg back, taking an inhale and then drawing knee to nose, and then extending and knee to nose. So that's if you want to keep it a little bit more gentle. Otherwise, spread the fingers out, press your fingertips down into the mat, and come into downward facing dog. Have your feet at least hip width apart. You can bend the knees here if your hamstrings are tight. And so from here, you've got two options. So you can either bring the knee to the nose, just from here, and then bringing it back. Or if you want more challenge, extend the right leg up into three-legged dog. So if you're on hands and knees, inhale, extend the leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, and shift your weight forward if you're in down dog. Shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Grip your fingers. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. 3. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. 4. Hold there. Lift the hips up a little bit higher. Come up onto your right fingertips. Step the foot forward and bring your back knee to the floor. If you need any extra support for your back knee, once again, you could use a blanket to pad that knee, or you could even double fold just that side of the yoga mat. And here might be a good place to use blocks under the hands, especially if you feel like you're hunching your spine. You want to get a nice long spine, shoulders away from the ears. So if you've got blocks, remember they've got 3 heights that you can work with depending on your body. Take a breath in. As you exhale, shift your hips back and start to straighten that front leg. Doesn't have to go all the way straight. Inhale, bend. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, shift your hips back. Just make sure your hips are coming back evenly. One more time, inhale, bend. Exhale, shift the hips back and holding here. So if you're on blocks, just maybe walking the blocks back. See if you can draw the chest forward a little bit more to lengthen your spine, and then folding forward. If you've got lower back issues, not folding forward too much. Keep the spine nice and long. Rebend the front knee. Bring the blocks back. Bring the right hand onto the side of your head. Inhale, open elbow again, rotating the upper body. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more like that. Inhale, open, hold. Your option to extend the arm up towards the ceiling. Option to look up towards the fingertips if it doesn't strain your neck. And release. From here, make your way back to downward facing dog, either through hands and knees or lifting the back knee off the floor and stepping the foot back. Take a couple of long, slow breaths here. Breathing into your ribs. Let the head be heavy. So either coming back down to hands and knees if you're working with that variation. Take a breath in, option to extend the leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shift the weight forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, 2. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, 3. Inhale, extend. One more, exhale, knee to nose, 4. Hold here, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Come up onto your left fingertips. Maybe step the foot through. If your foot doesn't quite make it, grab a hold with your left hand and place the foot forward. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Find your blocks if you're using them. You could have hands on the chair here as well if you don't have blocks. So see if you can lengthen your spine here a little bit more, shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath in. As you exhale, shift your hips back and start to straighten that front leg to wherever you can. Inhale, bends. Exhale, shift your hips back evenly. Inhale, bends. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, bends. Exhale, shift hips back, hold. Maybe walk the blocks back, lengthen the spine by drawing your chest forward and maybe folding forward a little bit further. So you're always doing what feels right for your body. Rebend your front knee. Bring the blocks back forward if you're using them. Bring your left hand onto the side of your head, spine nice and long. Inhale as you open the elbow, rotating the upper body. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more like that. Inhale, open, hold. Maybe extend the arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe look up towards the fingertips. And release. Make your way back to downward facing dog, spreading the fingers out, lifting the back knee and stepping the foot back. Otherwise, come through hands and knees. That is totally fine as well. So optional right leg up into three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose and step the foot through. Staying high in your lunge now. Make sure your feet are hip-width apart this way, like they're on train tracks. Find your balance. Bring your hands up on top of the front leg and just come all the way up, straightening both the legs. And then rebend the front knee and just notice what's happening with your lower back. If you're feeling compression there, then bend the back knee as well. An option to bring the arms up to either cactus or all the way up. If you've got shoulder issues, cactus is a good option, or having the arms a bit wider and elbows soft. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And then we're going to circle the arms behind the back, interlace them, roll the shoulders back. Or you could flip the palms, flip the fingers up and have the palms just on the pelvis. Or palms down, fingers down is fine as well. Take one more breath, inhale. And exhale, release the hands down. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Long, slow inhale. And complete exhale. An optional left leg up, 3-legged jog, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, draw it in, come up onto your left fingertips and step the foot through or use your hand to help you. Feet on train tracks. When you're ready, just come up onto your front knee, rise up, straighten both the legs, and then rebend the front knee. And just see if you need to bend the back knee as well, if you're feeling a lot of compression in your lower back. And then raising the arms up, cactus, or all the way up, palms facing one another. Circle arms behind you, either interlace or palms onto your pelvis, fingers up or fingers down, draw the elbows together. Take one more inhale and exhale, release. Make your way back to downward facing dog. And take a little child's pose. So from here you've got the option to look forward and then slide forward onto your belly. Or if you want to work a little bit stronger, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Hold your plank here for a breath or two. Draw the chest forward a little bit more. Draw your belly in. Release the knees down. And lower the elbows, lower your chest, all the way down onto the belly. Bring your forehead down onto the mat, arms alongside the body, palms facing your body. Have your feet at least hip-width apart. And think of drawing your pubic bone towards your navel. This will help to just gently engage those deep core muscles. And if you've got any lower back issues, you may want to keep this gentle just by bringing the shoulders up and drawing the shoulder blades together and maybe just floating the head up. Otherwise, you can come up higher. Take a breath in. And a breath out and lower down. Turn your head to one side. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. Bring your head back to center. Inhale, lifting up again to wherever you can. Exhale as you hold. Inhale, hold. And exhale, lower down. Turn your head the other way. Inhale. And exhale. Head back to center. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Turn your head the other way. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, back to center. And lifting up. Think of length here more than lift. And on your next exhale, release down. Turn the head the other way. Inhale back to center. Lift up one more time. And exhale, release down. Just let everything go. Let the shoulders go. Take a few deeper breaths into your belly here. Give your hips a bit of a jiggle side to side, just to release the lower back. Then bend the knees, lifting the feet up and sway the legs side to side. This is a nice way to release the lower back as well. And come back to center, release the legs down. Bring your hands by your ribs. Think of lifting your hips up first as you push yourself up. Come back to downward facing dog. From here, walk the feet forward to the hands, coming into a standing forward bend. Feet hip width apart. If you've got your blocks, you can use hands on the blocks if you need them. Bend the knees and try and bring your belly to your thighs. Let the head go, let the shoulders go. Just notice where the weight is through your feet. You want it fairly even between the balls of the feet and the heels. If you've got no back issues, you could hold opposite elbows. Otherwise, make sure hands are on the blocks or holding the legs. And bring your hands either on blocks or on your chair if you like, or holding the legs. And then we're going to inhale halfway up. So this is Ardha Uttanasana. So try and lengthen the spine here as much as you can. Look forward slightly, shoulders away from your ears. You can keep the knees as bent as you need to. You can even come up higher with the hands on the thighs. And then fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Stay here now and bring hands onto your hips. Point the elbows up towards the ceiling. Drive up through your legs and come up to standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. So just maybe close the eyes and take a few full, complete breaths here. Just taking a moment to notice how you feel now at the end of the practice. If you have a few more minutes, I recommend lying down in Shavasana. And that is the end of our practice. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed it.